Good morning and welcome to Dronfield Baptist Church's YouTube channel and specifically to this first instalment of Embrace. If you're just visiting this channel, Embrace is the Churches Together in Dronfield and District's youth service that takes place every fortnight, and we're fortunate enough at Dronfield Baptist to be able to host that group. Obviously with coronavirus it's stopped, so we're going to be trying to put content out every fortnight for those young people who come along. If you are one of those young people who come to Embrace and you want to get in touch, please get your parents to email me and I'll add you onto the Embrace WhatsApp group so we can keep in touch with each other, praying for each other and supporting each other. So without further ado, let's crack on. So you guys who come to Embrace, Robin and I are really missing seeing you. We've seen you every fortnight for the past 2 years, and all of a sudden that tie's been cut. But we're praying for you, and we know that things are a bit tricky at the moment. I'm going to chat later on in this video about a fella called Daniel in the Bible, so stay on for that bit. But as you guys all know, at Embrace, it's not Embrace unless we have a game of hide and seek. So I'm going to give you the count of 10 to go and hide, and then someone will come and find you, hopefully. So 10, go, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in, ready or not. You're back. Did someone come and find you? Probably not. But it wouldn't be Embrace without a bit of hide and seek. Obviously, Becca and Paul aren't going to be here. Becca is here, obviously, been my wife, but she's not going to play the piano because she's busy doing schoolwork. So much for teachers getting some time off. But I wanted to dive into the Bible with you guys. If you've got your Bibles, go and look up Daniel. Daniel chapter 1, it's towards the end of the Old Testament. And no doubt you've gone through it before in Sunday school. It's the geezer who doesn't eat the king's food, who then doesn't bow down to the statue. Him and his mates, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, get thrown in a fiery furnace. That's the fella. And I just want to talk about him really quickly, because no doubt you're feeling a little bit lost. You should obviously be off school now. It's Easter holidays. But most of you have been off school for at least 2 weeks. Because the government closed schools and Fanshawe closed a little bit earlier. And no doubt you've been sent loads of work to do. For some of you, I know you've been really studying for GCSEs and for A-levels. And you're probably sat there now wondering what was the point? What's going to happen? It looks likely, I think, that the teachers are going to give you their predicted grades for you, or the grades from your mocks. And you might be happy with that. You might not be happy with that. You may feel lost. You may be obviously not seeing your friends. And it's a tough time. And as I said at the start, Robin and I are praying for you. But I'd love you just to read Daniel chapter 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judea, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem to besiege it. And the Lord delivered Jehoiakim, probably get it wrong, don't complain. It's me trying to spell it through. King of Judah into his hand, along with some of the articles from the temple of God. These he carried off to the temple of his God in Babylonia and put it in a treasure house of his God. Then the king ordered Ashpenaz, chief of his court officials, to bring in some of the Israelites from the royal family and the nobility. Young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. It begins with Daniel being carted off into slavery. He had grown up in Jerusalem, was clearly the son of a nobleman, was probably from a very rich background and was well educated. And their city is besieged. along come the Babylonians and probably kill lots and lots and lots of the people who they know and love. And then Daniel is dragged off away from his parents. We don't know if they died or what, but he was dragged away from them into a complete state of unknown. Was he going to be killed? Was he going to be placed into servitude as a servant? He didn't know. And they probably took him on about a 500-mile walk all the way north and then down a river down towards Babylon. And when he arrived there, he was then trained to be a Babylonian. They changed his name from Daniel, and he was given special food to make him fit and healthy. The Babylonians tried to remove his full identity from him. They wanted him to believe and know that he was now a Babylonian. And I don't know how Daniel felt. Probably pretty bad, not knowing if he'd ever get home to Jerusalem ever again, not knowing what the future was in store for him. And over the next month, we're going to look through and read a bit more of Daniel. Because as we do that, we find out that even though it was unnerving and alien world for Daniel and he didn't know what was going to happen, God did know. And God had it all sorted. And I suppose that's sort of my message for you guys. You're no doubt off school now till September. And for some of you, next September is university or A-levels. And you don't know what GCSE grades or A-level grades you're going to be given. There's a huge question mark, an unknown. You may be feeling that all the hard work that you've put in over the past 2, 4, 6 years is now futile and worth nothing. I'm sure Daniel felt the same. Who he was, probably the son of a noble, was futile and not worth anything anymore. But actually I know that the same way God had a plan for Daniel, God's got it all sorted for you guys. And when we come out of this time of self-isolation, of socially distancing, things will be all right. I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys soon. I'm looking forward to sitting around, eating cake, playing hide and seek, and finding out how you're doing. And I'm really excited to find out about what you're going to be doing next year, what A-levels you're going to be doing, what unis you're going to be going to. So I just want to let you know we're praying for you. We're thinking of you. We know this must be a really tough time. If you want to catch up, feel free to email me or email Robin. Both our email addresses are on the church website. Just Google it. Guys, really praying for you. Keep well. And rest assured that God's got it in hand. God's got it sorted. Till I speak to you soon. Keep well.